oppose the right of citizens from other EU countries to move to the UK. That's because the British people are afraid of the risk of terrorism and poverty. As a result, David Cameron, Prime Minister of the UK, he wants to make Britain less desirable to the migrant by he required the migrants from other EU countries they have to work in Britain for 4 years before becoming eligible for some benefits, such as the child benefit, tax credit, or housing benefit. We come to the last one of the presentation, the benefits of free movement. We will consider the benefits under 3 different points of view. First, from a point of view of economic point of view. Mobility of labor is advantageous in many respects. It allows workers to move from any countries where they are best rewarded, and this is helpful to increase the efficiency, the productivity. It means that British companies have a broader pool to choose the employees where they have the particular skills needed for their operations, and in turn, British workers may have the better opportunity to choose the appropriate companies to work in. From the point of view of social protection, free movement provides insurance against local labor market fluctuations. That means within an area, if the demand increases, then the workers can move in, and if the demand falls, that means decrease, the labor can move out. From the point of view of the growth, it allows ideas to spread because people can move between the countries, so the innovators have a better chance to choose where their ideas are valued and most rewarded, and so the innovations are adopted widely, and as a result, the new ideas is generated and is spread in the best conditions. That's all for my presentation, and I want to show the next. My colleague will talk about freedom from arbitrary arrest with Trung.
Thank you, Mr. Bình. Hello everyone, my name is Trung, and now I will explain to you my presentation. It's freedom from arbitrary arrest. My talk is divided into 4 parts. The first is the right of arrested. The second is the right to due process. The third is the right to a fair trial, and the last is the right of the accused. Now let's start with the first part, the right of the arrested. When police arrest someone, they take away that person's fundamental rights to freedom. Considering there are several procedures the police must follow before they make an arrest, a legal arrest, so that our rights will remain protected. The rules regarding what an officer must do while making an arrest vary by the jurisdiction. Generally, an arrest happens when a person who is arrested reasonably believes that she or he is not free to live. The officer did not use handcuffs or arrested or put or arrested in a police cruiser. The police do not have to re-Mirandarize at the time of arrest. However, the police must bring a suspect his Mirandarize before an interrogation. This will so many police departments recommend that the Mirandarize should be read at the time of arrest. This way they can questioning right away and answer any information volunteered by a suspect can be used against them. Finally, although police will always tell the arrestees why they are under arrest, they may not necessarily have any obligation to do so. This depends on the jurisdiction and the circumstance of the arrest. What's the Mirandarize? The Mirandarize which is designed to protect your right is free from self-incrimination under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. There are 5 different rights in Mirandarize. You have the right to remain silent and to refuse to answer questions. Anything you say may be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to a police and have an attorney present during questioning now or in the future. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer question without an attorney, you still have the right to stop answering until at any time until you talk to an attorney. Let's move to the second part, the right to due process. Due process is a legal requirement that the state must prevent all rights that are on to a person. Due process balances the power of law of the country and protects individual person. Due process provides rules and procedures to ensure fairness to an individual and prevent arbitrary from government actions. Due process works to ensure to everyone the fairness of the law under the Constitution. For example, when you are driving on the road, when the police want to stop you to fight, they must bring out the evidences to prove that you violate the law. Or when the police want to search your house, they must have a search warrant. And the third part I want to mention is the right to a fair trial. The right to the fair trial, that means that people can be sure that the process will be fair and certain. It prevents government from abusing their power. The right to a fair trial is the best means of separating the guilty from the innocent and protecting against injustice. The right to the fair trial is the cornerstone of the justice society. Generally, fair trial means you have the right to a hearing which is fair, public, heard with a reasonable time, heard by an independent and impartial court. For example, if you are going to a court, fair hearing, it means you have you have the right to present your case